Hi you guys, we're back. My name is Isis Mirage.
And I am Coco Ferocia.
And this is RuPaul's Drag Race Season 7, Episode 8 review.
So we're just gonna jump right into the mini challenge this week, which was, orange is the new drag. They had to drag up like a prison jumpsuit sort of thing. Yeah. Latrice was back, was good to see her ass. Even though she had to be in a damn prison wooden outfit, that's okay.
Well, that's even better, because then she didn't have to, use up an outfit or whatever.
True.
Now, we don't need to go through everybody within the mini challenge, because y'all already know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't mean to say that Kennedy shouldn't have won, but why didn't Katya win?
I don't know. I did really enjoy Kennedy. She had the skirt pulled up at the back. She had like a piece of pink panty sticking out. For me, that was the winner. To be honest, she was she didn't give a fuck. She had a panty sticking out the back of her skirt.
Okay, that's cool.
It was a different kind of it depends how you wanted to take it.
I do feel like, especially in terms of the mini challenges, doesn't Katya always give you a full character, a moment?
No, it was good. It was definitely
every time.
in terms of making it the most fashionable. Whether the ones that was the
where they have a stamp, even though it's a kind of stupid ass little mini challenge.
Yeah. So Kennedy was the winner, and it was just to decide that she was or not. I'll see you then.
So after the mini challenge, we started to see some of the old contestants come back in. They started off with Trixie, making you think, oh, okay, she's back, whatever.
Yeah, because it was so obvious.
Yeah, and then Tempest came out. And I was like, oh, they really brought back Tempest.
Yeah, we were psychic. We were motherfucking psychic for once. We called Haas coming back. But no, they brought every bitch back.
Yeah, and then it was a little bit into panic mode. Because it's not only the girls gone this far in the season and feel they've accomplished so much and everything, to feel now they gotta start from the beginning. But at the same time, we had to do the same thing. It's feel we progressed through these reviews and everything, and it's oh no, it doesn't even matter. You gonna restart from it was really really. So I am glad that that wasn't the case, because they really tried to play it oh, everybody back, everybody back.
It was nice also for them to do it seemed do well in the challenge and you kind of get to stay sort of thing, as opposed to oh, we just picked this one.
Yeah.
It was nice to see the girls have to have their second chance almost. So the main challenge this week was obviously that they had to get put together in pairs by Kennedy, because she was the challenge winner, and they had to be a set of conjoined twins. And that was it, right?
Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna mention this later, so I'm just gonna mention it now. As far as the lineup, how Kennedy paired everybody together, I felt like she was surprisingly fair. I would have felt, if anything, Kennedy would have,
thrown a nice wrench in the works. Yes.
Shit, I probably would.
Yeah. That's that time, right? That's I love reggae music.
And it's funny. It's let's see what you're gonna do now. Right? I don't know. She went so easy on everyone. I'm not mad at her for doing it.
It's the attitude that she was saying in the Untucked, which I guess I'll get more into later. But that, if I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna beat you because I'm the best, not because I fuck y'all up.
Which is really nice. But at the end of the day, I'm okay with winning unfairly and getting a lot of money. I'm okay with that.
It's how many dollars? Yeah.
But I'm mad at you but you went real easy on them. The only people you didn't really go easy on was Jane and Tempest. And I feel like she probably didn't really do that on purpose, because she really likes Jaden too. It's clear to see.
And again, she said in the Untucked she picked that because she said Jaden was gonna outshine her and take control of the whole thing. It was a twisted plot.
Okay.
So, a lot of the episode was kind of the girls just doing stuff, getting, the outfits ready, things of that nature, which doesn't leave us a lot to talk about, but I think it was really good that they brought all the girls back because it got, they all kind of connected and got to, speak and get to know each other better, and, for example, then Tempest was sharing, some of the stuff that she went through, was that gay conversion therapy or whatever, and she wouldn't have had that moment had she not come back and been with the other girls and had that chance to connect and really form those bonds, especially Tempest leaving so early and stuff.
And it's also dope that they left that in and everything, because they could have, I guess, used any parts of anybody, and I guess they kind of must have known Tempest didn't really get too much, being that she left on the first episode, so it was nice to kind of get to know her a little better.
Yeah, for sure.
It was also really dope to hear Trixie's story of how she got her name.
Yes.
Through the situation that she dealt with her stepdad. That's one of the dopest stories I've ever heard of someone's choice in name.
Yeah.
For drag.
We also about taking the power back and using something that people have used against you and taking that power back and using it for something good. We are all about that. So that's exactly what this is. That's dope as hell.
Having that name for that reason is so in touch with, what drag is all about, and using those things to your advantage and loving yourself and, flipping the script. And yes. That's everything. And I think that's such a great reminder every time that you're getting ready, or every time you go out to be called that after having had these lived experiences with that name. That must be so empowering every time that someone even, calls for you.
Yeah.
So that's just so dope to me.
Yeah. So we moving on to the runway, guys. First up was Miss Fame and Candy Ho. And they were conjoined at the hip, sort of through surgery. I don't know. I still don't understand their concept clearly, why they had all the words.
That's what I want to know.
Written. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, is there a story, and what was it?
Yeah.
That's what I want to are they being sewn together? For what purpose? Are they being were they already together and this was in the process of trying to remove them? I'm just not understanding which way we're going here.
Yeah, I didn't understand it either, and
because surgery has been done on Drag Race, so I feel your story should have been kind of
unique.
Clear and unique for sure.
So they look good, but it just I still don't understand the concept. Leave a comment below if y'all got what it was.
Yeah, a reference, why they had words on the outfits and everything. Yeah. Next up was Jane Diorpheus and Tempest du Jour. First things first, I want to get into the way they were situated. I know that it was kind of really difficult, being that they were completely different heights and everything. But in drag, usually, or at least the thing which I think gets most of us is you usually get the unexpected, right? So people pull things out of their fucking ass that you're how the fuck did they do that? And so the pressure was on for that to happen for them regardless of the situation.
Yeah.
The judges are waiting for you to make that work no matter what. And do something that they're just oh my god, you guys did that. Bitch, get on the other bitch's shoulders and be one, lengthwise. I don't know how. Make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, okay, for me, it was... They had, obviously, the height differences, so I like that they kind of thought outside the box on one hand and were okay, let's do it like this. You a lot taller than me. You're going to be behind me. It's not like you're going to be hidden. All of that. But it just... In actuality, what it was, I just think it would look weird. It didn't...
Yeah, and the thing about standing in front of each other is that I feel that is the... quickest thing anyone in your position would have done, and therefore that's why you shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
so...
I also felt like the whole time, like, what are they gonna do that's gonna actually save them? And then especially for the performance that held them back so much
Shade-free, by the way, because I'm not saying in your position I would have done much better. It's just easy for me to stay here and review and say, you should have did this.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing. But I acknowledge this. You know, so I ain't mad at you or nothing.
Yeah.
As far as the outfits go and everything, they were okay. I didn't feel like they were too over, too special.
No, I didn't love the color.
Really.
It was just tough for them this week, I just felt, and it was...
Yeah.
You know?
I felt like they just kind of had to settle in a lot of ways for things that maybe they weren't themselves going to be too happy with, or just would work with each other and everything.
Yeah.
So
next up was Kennedy Davenport and Jasmine Masters. And they were joined at the hip again, right? Kind of thing.
Something like that.
Something like that. And they were looking, you know, the same, with the same makeup, with the, you know, the same hair kind of moment. I thought it was cute. I thought it was done well.
Yeah.
I just felt a little bit like the judges that you just wanted to see it taken to that little extra.
It was almost like because there was two of them, they felt like it was a bit more forgiving to not be doing too much, but it kind of wasn't. Like, you still wanted more from it.
Yeah, they still needed to do more to it. More accessories, more like
hair.
Just drama.
Something. Yeah, it just felt very like... I guess because we've seen especially so much from Kennedy, I guess because she's been there more, you know, not to say it, Jasmine hasn't given it. But yes, we've seen so much, so it's like you expect a little more. When she had all the time to stone her face and, you know, all that stuff, you know, you just want a little more.
I would have liked to see them, you know, with a little more of an out-of-the-box concept, maybe. Not that I'm mad at them at all.
Yeah, it's like I wonder, were they relying on just the fact that they were going to look so alike and just think, oh, that's going to get us the place? Because I wouldn't think they would think like that, you know? But I will say, though, that when they hit it, you know, and held their arm out and everything, they did look identical.
The presentation was immaculate. That they walked around, really spun that turn.
It looked mirrored. It was like, okay, great. Go off. Like, next up was Pearl and Trixie. I know no one's gonna care about this, but Trixie in that makeup looked a hell of a lot like my old Spanish teacher, who also in turn looked a lot to me like Renee Zellweger. So did any of you guys see, or do you, now that I say it, see any type of Renee Zellweger within this look of Trixie in Pearl's makeups? Anyone? Let me know. Let me know.
I thought the concept was amazing from the beginning. The presentation on the runway was amazing. Like, she sold that shit. Like, they told her you weren't funny. She was like she said she was going to take every minute.
You're saying she because they one person, they conjoined, and so it's a she moment. It's another they.
She, her.
They, she.
She, the plural. She.
Yeah.
Hello.
I was just confirming.
Go with it. Oh my gosh, what a funky noise.
That is like a plastic moth hitting the fucking
Yeah. I'll leave it at plastic moth. Anyway.
I definitely felt like she did an amazing job, great performance, they had a great concept. The hair, the makeup,
the hair was beautiful.
The outfit, everything was on point from the... Because, okay, maybe they weren't conjoined in like an amazing place or whatever, but the concept of what they were as a conjoined character was great. So, you know, yes.
Yeah, it was, I mean, they won, and rightly so, because they ate this week, honey. They really did.
They did. And I also feel like out of a lot of the girls, Trixie had a definite fire to her. Like, you could, like, she put in work and she was present and on with every moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this is gonna be in a weird place now. We should have said this at the beginning of the runway. But who's that bitch? the one that was fucking with Brandy's man. What her name is. Leanne Rhymes, right?
Yeah.
Can't fight the moonlight deep in the bitch.
The move.
You tried it. You annoying as hell.
She is a little gnat named Chica.
You are a gnat bitch flying around, and one of those ones that just flies so light, and you smack the shit out of it, but like 2 seconds later it's flying real light around your face, and you're like, how you so light and still alive? That type of gnat.
Tried it. She definitely
Yeah, no,
did.
she's so annoying though. You are so annoying though, bitch. Why did they bring you here? Logo, Ru, World of Wonder, who brought you?
Yeah.
Talk about, oh, so her ass is better than mine, or I like her ass or something, is that wrong? And then what was there at the beginning? She was like, I don't know what I got myself into.
Oh, have a seat.
Please!
Yeah.
Am I the only one? Y'all know. And this coming from someone who is annoying, so you gotta be annoying. So next up was Violet Chachki and Max. Giving you a little razzle dazzle,
Yes,
a little
very
Chicago moment, a little rouge my knees, you know?
Yes.
I'm just giving you all the little phrases that I can possibly think of.
Yeah, it was very well done. It was very clean and polished. And
I love that you say clean and polished, because I was just thinking,
the same,
if you need to clean and polish, the little duster thing up here, always handy. So I'm just saying, useful things within costuming. You know, it just doesn't have to just be wearable.
Yeah.
Useful is good too. We like that. Plexiglass gets, you know, a little smeary at times. At the best of times.
At the worst of times.
I feel it's getting into that moment where the review gets messy.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely liked that they were with the fan, whispering to each other like wicked little sisters. I liked it. They had a little thing going on.
I feel like Max was feeling her oats, and that's why you should try a different lash. You know? And that's just a good girlfriend telling you that you could, try a different lash. I'm sure there's things I could try too. I'm open to that. But I think it was interesting that Violet kind of decided to go a little bit more with Max's look, being that Max was the bitch being brought back, because you would have thought, if anything, they would have gone with Violet's thing, but she's the one that's actually there and everything. So that was an interesting choice to me.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yes. Next up was Ginger Minj and Sasha Bell. Let's put aside for a moment the fact that the boobs thing didn't really work all the way out like I think they wanted it to. Wanted it to.
Please.
Did y'all catch that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So the boob thing didn't work out that well. Whatever, I at least appreciate that they try to do something different. Also, go in on Sasha's fucking mug, Ginger bitch.
Yes. She beat Hannah next week. Yeah.
Really got in there.
Yeah, she looks so pretty. She seriously looks so good.
Yes.
Ginger really ate that. I mean, I get it. They were trying to be different. I just think in terms of execution, they just couldn't do it that well. And then Kennedy was like, well, I put her with you because I thought Sasha could sew. And then Sasha couldn't sew.
But she looked good though.
She looked good, and
at least you know what you were conjoined with was very pretty.
Yeah, I don't know. It just was tough, I guess, for them this week too. It wasn't the right execution, and
I actually enjoyed both their looks. I felt like it was kind of light and fun, but not too kind of boring.
Yeah.
it was just the way that they were conjoined that was an issue. So if only they would have not really done. It's almost like them taking a risk ended up really being a risk. Like, it kind of fucked them up. Whereas maybe if they would have played it safe a little bit, they would have just been good. You know?
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. So finally was Katya and Mrs. Kasha Davis, and oh my god, love. Like, it's just that woman. Like, when someone emulates like that woman and you know who that woman is, like, that's just what the fuck it is. Like, the whole time I was so distracted I didn't realize that they were even conjoined at the pussy. Like, I
didn't even notice that neither, no.
Seriously, they were that good. They were that in character. They were that unspookable to me. I loved it. I had to tell. Like, it ain't even about the fashions. It's about that hair choice. It's about the slurping on the cup. You know, that lady at the casino. Like, it is what it is.
It was like totally something you'd see, like a character in a movie, like Men in Black or some shit like that. Like,
Men in Black?
Well, I say Men in Black because, you know, they have all those moments where it's like people look hella regular until you notice like the bitches at the slot machine actually joined at the pussy, and then you're like, oh, I think they're from here, you know?
Right, okay.
Very that. Right. They was willing to not worry so much about the highlight and the contour and all of that, and just were able to be messy with it and have fun with it.
Yeah.
And do something just that's enjoyable and entertaining.
Yeah.
And I love that, you know?
Yeah.
And it was just I feel a different experience to your regular routine, I'm sure. It's just having that confidence to be kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know? Because that kind of makes you over.
Zone, yeah.
As far as Miss Fame getting the joke about the head, because I know one of you guys is going to mention it if we don't. I don't even know who to be confused with. Should I be confused with Miss Fame for not getting the joke and so fucking... Okay, yeah, definitely her. But also a little bit rude for being like, you know what? Maybe not everybody know the joke.
I mean,
maybe everybody don't get it. Maybe everybody ain't heard that one.
Yeah, for real. I appreciate that Miss Fame wasn't afraid to like laugh at herself, and when she finally got it, she's still laughing. She didn't like, you know, she used it kind of to her advantage that she didn't know it, and now it's this whole thing.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have been this thing if she just got the joke the first time, so...
Yeah. You know, I definitely see where Rue is coming from, because it's one of those situations where you want somebody to just be on in that way and present and just, you know. When fucking Katya was like, Miss Fame did our makeup, can you believe it? How nice we look? Like, I'm sorry. That's it. Rusha got up and like, bitch, you won the season, bitch, over. We ain't even bring nobody back this episode. That's it. Cause, please.
Yeah, that was,
Katya's something else.
She's so quick and she's so funny. Like, I just can't take her. I can't. It's, who does that? Who says that? Please. Please. The winner of this week's challenge was Pearl and Trixie. And that meant that, of course, Trixie is back into the competition. So she's, you know, it's going to be weird to have her back. Kind of like she's gone and then she's back. And let's see how she fits into the whole thing, and let's see what the challenge is going to be, and what, you know, what's going to be needed from her in the episode.
Well, I think we'll cover that next week.
Anyway, yes, the bottom two were Jaden and Tempest, and Sasha and Ginger. The girls had to lip sync to I Think We're Alone Now by Tiffany. Iconic song.
Oh my god, I love that song so much. Any of you guys you can check out the Birthday Massacre remix of that song, another of my favorites.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like, you know, Ginger and Sasha kind of ate like what it was, and Jaden and Tempest did what they did, and I just don't understand why they didn't just like kind of separate at some point, because even if it was messy, like literally Sasha was sat there with a pair of fucking scissors like cutting her fucking tip off. Like, y'all could have
which by the way was a little scary. All those flashing lights. I know, are you really seeing what you're doing properly? I was like, oh, just don't be fucking cutting, nipping at your own fucking shit now. Damn. And where did they hide the scissors?
Where did they even get them? I don't know. Maybe they ran off. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. What was
Hashtag
that?
where the scissors come from.
Please. Because don't be hiding that in your clothing. That's so scary to me. You know, it's like when people like hold some shit together with a safety pin. I mean, you know that's gonna stab you some point throughout the night, especially if you're at the club. You know it is. That ain't sanitary.
Yeah.
Anyways, I feel like they did a great job. I feel like this was one of those iconic lip syncs, you know, in my opinion. I feel like it was really entertaining, a lot going on.
Yeah.
It was funny. I feel like it got to a point where Ginger was like, fuck it, bitch, shit, let me do whatever.
Yeah, and I'm glad Ginger got to stay. I love Jaden, but I just feel like Ginger has that little bit more to give. And it's her first time lip syncing.
I feel like Jade has that little bit more to cook to and everything, but you know, I feel like she brought something great to this competition.
Definitely, I was really impressed by Jaden. Like from week 1 to now, like she's made it this far. Like she's done a lot, like more than I ever.
And I also feel a little underappreciated, you know, not given the full credit she deserves for how good she is in the situation that she's in within her family.
Yeah.
So much raw talent there. So, you know, it's sad to see her go, but I feel like she's got a lot to give and a lot more to come from here, so it's all good, you know.
Yeah. So I guess that leaves us moving on to the Untucked.
First of all, I want to get into Kennedy talking about how she, you know, feels like she keeps getting critique that she gives pageantry and she's such a pageant girl, but she feels like she's giving so much, but she's just getting one kind of critique, you know, and boxed into one thing. It's even something that we in the reviews have been doing also, you know, got pageant down, yes.
Yeah, well, we don't come from a bad place, so we're like, we love pageants and we see that it's such a level of stuff that you need to, you know, compete in a pageant and shit, like...
Yes.
That's where we're coming from with it.
Well, I don't even think it's about being worried whether it's, you know... Because I think her problem with it, obviously, is feeling like that's all she keeps hearing within this competition. But, you know, that's just one of those things where, like... in life, you know, you put so much work into something and people just take it as how they're going to take it. You know, you can't force people to take it a different way.
Yeah.
Unless, you know, you speak up to the judges about how you feel or whatever. But I just think that's one of those things.
Yeah, and it's like human nature to like rely on like stereotypes and things. Like, not to say that it's right, but it's just natural for us to like...
and we've even spoken about this before, you know, with some of the girls that wear like all the crazy shit, or, you know, people who do that all the time, about how sometimes you end up not giving it the credit it deserves because you just keep expecting it to be as polished as it always is.
Yeah.
And so, you know, even with the pageant girls, you can be like, oh, you go off Continental, oh, that's that Continental pageantry, bitch. That's like, you know, and you almost kind of even realize that you're not giving them the credit, but again, that's just one of those things in life.
Yeah. You
know, that I think it's just easy for people to do, but I don't think meant with like malintent or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So really there wasn't that much to talk about this episode of Untucked, really, in terms of like, you know,
we say that every review.
Kind of, well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of different now, Untucked, right? Like, it's maybe worth mentioning one or 2 points. So maybe it's worth mentioning
that, for the most part, it's probably going to be like this with Untucked. One thing I do want to mention is Miss Sasha Bell. She went outside with Ginger and they were talking about how, you know, whatever they were going to do on the runway, they had to lip sync. And Sasha told her if she wanted, she could blame the whole thing on her, you know, if she fuck up or whatever. And I thought that was really dope, you know. I think Sasha is, you know, as she said, she's been watching the show. She obviously probably didn't know that Untucked was maybe going to be in this setup and everything. She knows we ain't never seen before these outside settings.
Yeah.
And so it makes me feel a little bit like maybe she didn't really know that footage outside was ever really gonna be used.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't feel like she was just kind of saying to the cameras, okay, because she then in the like confessional bit thing when she said is blaming herself and she's like, oh, she's in the bottom minutes, you know, because she's with Sasha and everything. It kind of feels like to me she purposely set up this thing almost where like it was gonna be okay to blame her, except unbeknownst to her they showed the bit where they kind of agreed that that was okay.
I totally get what you're saying, and when you said it to me at the time, like, it totally made sense to me that it was, and I just thought it was like a sincere moment from Sasha to just be like, you know what, I'm already gonna go down like with this ship, so just pin it all on me so that you can just move on. Like, it's a dope thing to do for someone, right? Like,
yeah, and that's and when she said pin it all on her, I don't even think she was just talking about the judges. I think she was just talking about like being on the show. You know what I mean? Like, even her stat on the little confession bit was like, oh, it's because she's with Sasha. It was like she was kind of willing to take the heat of it in all kind of ways. And it's just like, that's cool as fuck. That's a dope one. That's like, believe me when I tell you, and most of y'all probably already know, there's not a lot of people you meet in life that are like that.
Yeah.
And that would kind of put other people first like that. I mean, we like to think so, but it's very rare in people these days, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely think acknowledge it and appreciate it and call the fuck off when you see it, because I'm sure, you know, with a few episodes Sasha got and everything, it's easy to underestimate her and think she can do it and everything, but this for me is one of those bringing back moments where it's like, you know what? That's a dope ass fucking bitch right there. And I don't care if it's too much about you don't know how to do this or the tips of your wig is heavy, bitch. That's a dope fucking person.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So shout out to Sasha Bal.
Yes. Sure. Go off. And you look so pretty and all that. Yes. Show out.
Yeah. So I guess the last thing I want to mention is in Jaden leaving, like, first of all, bitch asking for the bra. And being like, can I take this bra? Because it's gonna look better on me than in the trash. Like, she seriously got it together.
And it makes me wonder, like, what they got over at Drag Race. Like a rack of clothes that the drags can just wear as they please?
Well, from her answer, I also feel like I still don't understand whether they let her keep it or not. I didn't know whether to say yes or no.
No, it seemed like they let her keep it. That's how it
And then she was leaving and she was like saying bye to everybody, and I thought it was really sweet. And then she was just like going up to fucking cameramen and shit and doing it, like going out of her way to just be really sweet and say goodbye to like everybody.
Yeah.
And be like funny and be like, come stay at my spare room. Like, I feel like she almost meant it. Like, no, please, I'm gonna miss you guys. Like, it was just really sweet, and it just made me really, like, it just was the cherry on top for me, like, liking Jaden.
Yes.
More than I already did. Like, that's a dope ass bitch. I could, you know,
again,
chill ass personality, like,
nice person. You know, it kind of felt like her leaving wasn't like any regular contestant leaving. Like, it really felt like she'd kind of made bonds even with the people, even with like the cameraman and everything, you know what I mean? So that's really cute.
Yeah, and so that brings us to the end of our review this week. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Remember to hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment below should you desire.
Yeah.
All of our social network media links are in the Penny Sniffer section below. You can catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, all that good stuff. So make sure you do that. And yeah, make sure you tune in
hopefully this video will end someday.
Yes. So okay. All right. We'll see y'all soon.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.